Hello, my name is Alex Tremble, also known as the Federal Career Coach. Today I want to talk to you about one of the top 3 reasons people don't achieve their goals within the federal government. But before we get started, please click the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit that little bell so you know every time I post new content. So let's get started. I'm going to share a story with you that's going to illustrate exactly what I want you to learn today. This past summer, my wife and I started to grow our first big garden. I mean, it was something that was big to us because it was actually in the backyard, in the ground. We did a lot of work to set this up. We had tomato plant, we had basil, we had lemongrass, we had chilies, but my favorite was the blackberry plant I wanted to grow. I mean, seriously, I put it in this own little container that was away from everyone else. I gave it special soil. I made sure I put the little wood chips all in the soil so that the sun didn't dry the soil out when it was too hot outside. I mean, I watered that plant every single day to make sure it always had the moisture it needed to grow up as a strong plant. I mean, well, as the entire summer went on, everything grew and it was really cool. You know, we were pulling out tomatoes like clockwork, using all of our meals and the basils and the chili and the lemongrass. Everything was just growing and producing. And the blackberry plant, you could have seen the vines getting taller and taller. I had to go buy these expensive rods just to make sure that my beautiful blackberry plant that I put so much work into grew healthy around the vines. I mean, it was amazing until it got near the end of the summer when my wife and I realized that not one blackberry had been produced off that blackberry plant. Honestly, we started to look at each other and question, what did we do? What did we do wrong? Was I not watering it enough? Was it not the right soil? And then it changed from us being the mistake to the plant had been wrong. So he said, maybe we should just throw this plant away and get another one next year. We'll get some new seeds. It must have been a bad seed. It had been something because this plant is not producing. It's just these vines that are just growing up and up and up. And so one day near the end of the summer, I don't know what came over me. I decided to Google, why is my blackberry plant not producing blackberries? The first thing that popped up was blackberry plants take 2 years to produce berries. I was immediately flabbergasted. I mean, seriously, I pulled out of that website and went to website after website after website, and then went to YouTube and looked at all these different YouTube clips, and everyone said the same thing. Blackberry plants don't produce until the 2nd year. I had known that. I had missed this whole thing. I was just getting ready to throw away a year's worth of work because I didn't realize how long it was actually supposed to take to reach the success of that plant. Now take this and put this into your own life. How many times have you been working towards something, but it didn't come as soon as you thought it was going to come? And so you said, well, you know, it can't be me because I'm working hard. It must have been the advice that was given. It must have been the plan because you know, it's been 6 months and I haven't got that new promotion that I was supposed to have, that I wanted to have. I can't tell you how many times I've run into people who want advice and, you know, and work with coaches and work in leadership development programs, you know, work with me. And, you know, a month into it, they're looking, well, why haven't I got my new job yet? I expect results. Why haven't you got me results? I know that you're an expert. I know you've been doing this for 10 plus years, but I expected to see some results in the next, you know, 2-3 months. Why am I not successful already? And they don't realize that everything you want has a specific amount of time and energy that it takes to get there. I mean, think about it. If you want to be a GS-14 in the federal government at DOD or DOJ, and you're at GS 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, or wherever you are, the first thing you need to do is do a little bit of research. You need to contact GS-14s within the organization you want to be in and ask them questions. Ask them, how did they get there? What did they do? What resources did it take? How much time did it take? What certifications did they need? all these questions you need to ask, because once you know the answer to these questions, it will allow you to have a greater perspective of how much time and energy it's going to take to reach your goal. I mean, another example of this is people thinking about pain. How hard is something? If you want to be successful and reach leadership positions, it's not easy. But because sometimes we have to work and it's hard, it's grueling, you're doing extra hours, you're investing your own money to make sure that you have the skills and the relationships and the networks that you need to be successful. But because it's so hard, you say, oh, I can't be doing this right. I can't be doing it. It got to be easier than this. So you stop. And then you throw away all that work you started to do, all that foundation that you were building, you were growing, you throw it away because it didn't happen within the time that you expected it to happen, or was harder than you expected it to be. It required you to spend more money than you expected to have to spend. And again, because you didn't have the right perspective, you didn't have the right expectations of how long and how hard and how tough and how expensive it was going to be to help you get to your career goals. Again, taking it back to my BlackBerry example, if I had taken that BlackBerry plant that I spent so much time and energy and effort and money into helping to grow to be a strong plant, if I had taken it and thrown it away, I would have still had to wait 2 years. So what I'm asking you to do right now is because you're watching this is something I know that this is something that's important to you. Continue to grow yourself, but also know it's going to take time. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's going to take time. It's going to take money, you investing in yourself. It's going to take resources. It's going to take energy. And I don't want you to give up. Again, that is one of the top 3 reasons people don't achieve their goals. It's because they give up. Again, this is Alex Tremble, the Federal Career Coach. Feel free to look in the description below for other free resources and contact me if you believe that I can be of any assistance to you. As always, talk to you soon.